Trump faces a fresh energy crisis as oil prices soar amid the Iran war. A major security scare hits America as reports emerge of attacks on U.S. gas stations. Critical fuel systems are breached, triggering fears of undetected gas leaks. Iran turns to cyber warfare, confusing Trump with a new set of weapons. U.S. officials suspect Iran-linked hackers breached fuel monitoring systems at gas stations, raising alarm about targeted intrusions into critical energy infrastructure. CNN reports the cyber attack focused on automatic tank gauge (ATG) systems that track fuel levels at pumps and storage tanks, a vital layer of station safety and inventory control. Investigators say hackers exploited ATG systems left exposed online without password protection across multiple U.S. states, opening easy entry points for malicious access. In some incidents, attackers manipulated display readings shown to staff and customers, though officials say those changes did not affect the actual physical volume of fuel in tanks. According to officials cited by CNN, no physical damage or reported spills have been confirmed so far, but assessments remain ongoing as the probe continues. Authorities warn the breach creates serious safety risks because compromised ATG access could allow real leaks or malfunctions to go undetected by frontline operators. The alleged hack occurred as crude oil prices continued rising amid a major shutdown of Strait of Hormuz traffic, adding another dimension to the energy security worry. Sources briefed on the investigation say Iran is a principal suspect given Tehran's history of targeting similar industrial control systems and infrastructure abroad. If formally attributed to Tehran, the incident would represent another case in which Iranian-linked actors targeted U.S. critical infrastructure with disruptive cyber campaigns. Cybersecurity specialists note ATG systems have been a known vulnerability for years, often left with default settings or weak protections that invite exploitation. A 2015 Trend Micro test found pro-Iran hackers were quick to discover and target exposed fuel monitoring systems, highlighting a long-standing risk vector. Iran-linked groups have previously targeted U.S. water utilities following the October 7 attacks, demonstrating a pattern of strikes on civilian infrastructure. Officials say that since U.S. and Israeli strikes earlier this year, Tehran's cyber operations have accelerated in tempo and scope across multiple sectors. Since February, investigators report Tehran-linked actors have targeted oil, gas, water, and even medical supply chain systems, broadening the range of critical nodes under threat. Experts warn Iran is deploying faster, more aggressive, and in some cases AI-assisted cyber tactics to probe and exploit weaknesses in Western networks. Part of the strategy appears to involve hack-and-leak campaigns, with groups such as Hindustan using social media to amplify stolen material and sow disruption. U.S. officials also caution about the risk of Iranian interference in upcoming elections, noting cyber and influence operations can be used to erode public confidence. Past incidents cited by authorities include alleged voter-targeted intimidation and information operations around the 2020 U.S. election, forming part of the broader concern. The Hindustan hacker group specifically claimed that it had targeted Samuel Sheh, whose name has surfaced in multiple reports connected to Israeli outreach efforts in the region. According to the hackers, Samuel Sheh played a central role in organizing Netanyahu's alleged wartime visit to the United Arab Emirates during the ongoing regional crisis. Handalar's allegations were reported by Press TV on May 15, at a time when global attention was also focused on Donald Trump's closely watched diplomatic trip to China. The hacker group also described Samuel Sheh as one of the key architects behind the Abraham Accords, which reshaped diplomatic relations between Israel and several Arab states. The Abraham Accords were first signed in 2020 and led to the formal normalization of ties between Israel and multiple Arab nations across the Middle East and North Africa. The Iran-backed group said, and I quote, "Sheh was a key coordinator of behind-the-scenes arrangements between the Israeli regime and Persian Gulf states, and a central facilitator of covert economic, political, and security relations between Tel Aviv and Abu Dhabi." Through entities such as Gulf Technology Systems, Shea has established an extensive network of joint projects spanning technology, energy, investment, agriculture, and strategic infrastructure involving the regime, the UAE, and other Arab states. The network represents corruption, money laundering, transfer of Israeli security tech to suppress people, and betrayal of Palestinians. All secret contracts, financial transfers, training of security forces, and even economic and intelligence espionage against the axis of resistance were directly overseen by Shea and his team. Shea's involvement in freezing Hezbollah's assets and weakening resistance in Lebanon is fully documented. Shea introduced late convicted sex trafficker and financier Epstein to Emirati businessman Sultan Ahmed bin Sulaim, leading to the involvement of Emirati figures in Epstein's network. Israeli spy agency Mossad used this channel to pressure individuals into compliance. The Handala hacker group has accused Western media outlets of deliberately hiding what it calls the truth, claiming that financial influence and coordinated propaganda campaigns are shaping how regional events are presented to global audiences. The group also alleged that billions of dollars were spent to construct what it described as fake regional role models, suggesting that certain narratives were engineered to present a more favorable image of political and economic developments. Handala further claimed that vast sums of money were used to whitewash the normalization process between Gulf states and Israel, arguing that public perception was being carefully managed to support a broader geopolitical agenda. The hackers also argued that the dominant prosperity narrative being promoted across international platforms conceals what they describe as the harsher reality of political repression and instability across parts of the region.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.